A top focus, former Pakistan Prime Minister and Tehreek Insaf chief Imran Khan has been arrested by Islamabad Police from Lahore. The Islamabad Court has sentenced the PTI chief to 3 years imprisonment, and Imran Khan has also been disqualified for 5 years. Now, the police will bring Imran Khan from Lahore to Islamabad, and additional police personnel will be deployed in Islamabad amid security concerns. This development comes after the Islamabad Court found Imran Khan guilty of corruption in the Toshakhana case. He's also been fined 1 lakh Pakistani rupees. An arrest warrant was issued, and the Islamabad police was directed to arrest him post the verdict. His party, PTI, has termed it the worst trial in history and a biased decision by the judge. The party also called it a political revenge. Now, in the latest, PTI has moved the High Court, terming his arrest abduction at gunpoint.
मेरे पाकिस्तानियों, जब तक ये पैगाम आप तक पहुंचेगा, मुझे ये अरेस्ट कर चुके होंगे और मैं जेल में होऊंगा, तो मेरी आपसे सिर्फ एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है, अपील है कि आपने घरों में चुप करके नहीं बैठना। मैं ये जो जद्दोजहद कर रहा हूँ, ये अपनी ज़ात के लिए नहीं कर रहा, ये अपनी कौम के लिए कर रहा हूँ, आपके लिए कर रहा हूँ, आपके बच्चों के मुस्तकबिल के लिए कर रहा हूँ। अगर आप अपने हुकूक के लिए नहीं खड़े होंगे, आप गुलामों की ज़िंदगी गुजारेंगे। और कभी भी याद रखें, कोई आज़ादी प्लेट में रख के नहीं देता। जिस तरह मैं कहता हूँ, जंजीरें गिरती नहीं हैं, तोड़नी पड़ती हैं। पुरअमन एहतजाज आपने करते रहना है जब तक कि आपको आपका हक नहीं मिलता, और वो सबसे बड़ा फंडामेंटल राइट है वोट के ज़रिए अपनी हुकूमत मुंतखब करना, ना तो किसी और कोई कब्ज़ा ग्रुप इस मुल्क के ऊपर कब्ज़ा करके बैठ जाए जो आज कब्ज़ा करके बैठा हुआ है। शुक्रिया।
आज इमरान खान साहब को जो सज़ा सुना दी गई है जज मुय्यद लावर साहब की तरफ से, और सज़ा में उन्होंने कहा है कि 3 साल की सज़ा होगी और इनको जो है ना नायल किया जाता है। ये सज़ा उन्होंने सुनाई। हाई कोर्ट हमारे पास, अपर जो कोर्ट हाई कोर्ट है, वहाँ पे हमारी राइट हमारे पास है अभी, वहाँ पे हम अपने आप को वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं और अपना जो है ना जो फैसला है इसके खिलाफ वहाँ पे जा सकते हैं।
To take this conversation forward, I'm being joined in by my guests, Adv Ataullah, Central Vice President PTI ex-MNA, and Captain Alok Bansal, retired Director, India Foundation. Good evening to the both of you. Thank you very much for taking the time out and joining us here on Mirror Now. Let me begin by asking you, Ataullah, अगर हम इसके बारे में बात करें, अभी आप लीगली तो इसको फाइट करेंगे, लेकिन पीटीआई का नेक्स्ट एक्शन क्या होगा?
जी, थैंक यू सो मच। पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ के जो कोर कमेटी है, उन्होंने आज अभी अनाउंस किया है कि हम मुल्की सतह पर एहतजाज करेंगे। हमारी तमाम तंजीमें वो निकल रही हैं। जिस तरह मैं आपके प्रोग्राम का वेट कर रहा था, उसके बाद हम सब ने सड़कों पे निकलना है। और आज पाकिस्तान की तारीख का सियातरीन दिन है। वो इसलिए कि एक मुंतखब वजीर आजम, साबका वजीर आजम, उसको अदालत में ये मौका नहीं दिया गया कि वो अपनी सफाई पेश करे, उसको गवाह पेश करने नहीं दिए गए, और इस तरह से उनको अदालत को जल्दी थी कि पता नहीं उनको सजा लिख के दी गई थी या क्या मामला था। लेकिन वो आज हफ्ते को बाकी अदालतें बंद थी, वो अदालत सिर्फ इमरान खान साहब के लिए खुली हुई थी और उन्होंने ये सजा सुनाई। तो हम पूरे पाकिस्तान में एहतजाज करेंगे, सड़कों पे आएंगे, धरने देंगे और इस सजा के खिलाफ कोर्ट्स में भी जाएंगे, हाई कोर्ट पे, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी जाएंगे।
Ji, let me also come to you, Mr. Bansal. As we speak about this development, of course, he's gone on to state what the PTI's next action is going to be like. But in your opinion, of course, here, do you think at some point this was somewhere on the cards? Now, of course, the court has declared him guilty of corrupt practices in the Toshakhana case. But in your opinion, with the army, the political suspension, with also reports suggesting that they did not want him to fight the next elections because of the current scenario in Pakistan, how do you read into this?
This was very clear that the present political dispensation was hell-bent upon ensuring that Mr. Imran Khan does not contest the next elections. while prima facie in this Toshakhana case, there seems to be some merit, but the haste and the manner in which this judicial trial was conducted very clearly shows that there was more than what meets the eye. We need to be very clear that at this point of time, Mr. Imran Khan, rightly or wrongly, is the most popular political leader in Pakistan, especially in the provinces of Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And consequently, the dominant political party of the present ruling alliance, that is Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, knows that they cannot compete with PTI in their stronghold of Punjab if Imran Khan is allowed to campaign and to contest. And consequently, establishment and the ruling dispensation have come together to create conspiracies in such a way that Imran Khan is not there and the elections are delayed as far as possible. In fact, if you know, if Pakistan's parliament completes its full tenure, the election should have happened in 2 months, that is 60 days, that is mid-October. But what they are trying to do, before the parliament completes its term, just 2 or 3 days before that, they plan to dissolve the parliament so that they get 3 months, that is 90 days. So that is the first attempt to delay the election to November. And now Pakistani Prime Minister is saying that the elections will be held based on new census. Now this is a huge blow to the elections and democracy, because if the new census has to be approved, they have to first go to Council for Common CCI interests, and then once CCI approves it, the new fresh delimitation of constituencies will take place, and then the elections. This could take anything from 6 months to 9 months to a year and plus. More importantly, the CCI at this time comprises of 2 chief ministers who are interim chief ministers, who do not represent the people of their provinces. The interim chief minister of Punjab and interim chief minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa do not represent the people of their province. So I think there is a concerted attempt, both by the establishment as well as by the ruling political dispensation, to ensure that PTI and Imran Khan is kept out of power by hook or by crook.
Right, I'll come back to you, but let me go across back to Ataullah. Ataullah जी, अगर हम बात करें कि आपका पार्टी का ये भी कहना है, अगर हम कोट करें कि it is the worst trial in history and a biased decision by the judge, आपका पार्टी का क्यों ऐसा मानना है?
देखिए, एक तो सबसे पहले इस जज के मुतालिक हमने हाई कोर्ट में एप्लीकेशन दी थी, इस्लामाबाद हाई कोर्ट में, क्योंकि 2013-14 में इसके फेसबुक पे कुछ पोस्ट डाले गए थे जो कि बदतरीन इमरान खान साहब की न सिर्फ मुखालफत की गई थी, बल्कि अखलाकी तौर पर वो चीजें किसी भी आम शहरी के मुतालिक शेयर नहीं की जा सकती। उसके बाद फिर वो जब ये मामला खुला तो वो चीजें डिलीट की गई। दूसरा, ये जो ट्रायल हो रहा है, कल हाई कोर्ट का फैसला आया है और उसने यही कहा है कि इसको आप दोबारा सुने, और इमरान खान साहब ने 2 अदालतों पे, एक इस्लामाबाद हाई कोर्ट के चीफ पे और ये जो जज है, हमने ये डिमांड किया था, एप्लीकेशन दी थी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी और हाई कोर्ट में भी कि ये आप किसी भी जज के पास लगाएं, लेकिन ये जो जज है, ये इसका रवैया ऐसा लगता ये है कि वो खुदा न खास्ता जाती कोई अनाद रखते हैं, कोई बुग़्ज़ रखते हैं। और उसकी मिसाल में एक और दूं, ये जज जो है वो सुनने में आया था कि ये ट्रांसफर हो चुके हैं, खसूसी तौर पर बिठाए गए हैं, और अक्सर इस्लामाबाद या कोर्ट्स की छुट्टियां होती हैं, छुट्टियां थी तो उसके बावजूद भी ये बेटर है। और एक मजीद चीज मैं आपको बताता चलूं कि देखिए, तोशाखाना केस जो है वो अगर आपने मेरिट पे सुनना था तो इसी अदालत ने, हाई कोर्ट ने कहा था कि सारे जो उसके तोशाखाना के जितने भी रिकॉर्ड है वो लाई जाए। सबसे पहले तो वो 2001 से पहले का जो है मामला ही खत्म किया गया कि ये पेश नहीं होगा। दूसरे नंबर पे यूसुफ रजा गिलानी के खिलाफ जो हमारे सेनेट चेयरमैन है, उन्होंने रेफरेंस नहीं भेजा इलेक्शन कमीशन में, और जरदारी साहब के खिलाफ जो हमारे कौमी असेंबली, नेशनल असेंबली के स्पीकर है, उन्होंने वो रेफरेंस नहीं भेजा। तो हम समझते हैं कि ये बिल्कुल तासुब पर मबनी है। इसके साथ साथ अगर आपके फ्री ट्रायल किया जाता है, आपको पूरा मौका दिया जाता है, तब भी बात समझ में आती है। लेकिन ये जो जज साहब थे वो बड़ी जल्दी में थे और ऐसा लगता था कि ये फैसला वो पहले से कर चुके हैं।
Ji Ataullah, Captain Bansal, as he of course makes these remarks about what they find in this case and loopholes, of course, that he is pointing out, the points that you were making. All right. We'll try cutting across to him to get his perspective in a couple of minutes. लेकिन अतुल्ला जी अगर हम बात करें अभी जो current scenario, okay, I understand we have Captain Bansal back with us. Okay, Captain Bansal, just talking about the previous remarks that you were also making with the fact that how situation is in the current scenario. In your opinion, would this be safe to be calling it a political vendetta? Of course, Ataullah was also pointing out the case of the Toshakhana, case in which, of course, they find that this was too quick to come to a judgment on the same.
See, there is no doubt that there is political vendetta on the part of the ruling dispensation. But more significantly, there is a collusion with the establishment, that is the military establishment, which is helping the ruling political alliance to indulge in this sort of an activity. And it is the clearest manifestation, as was brought out by PTI spokesperson, the manner in which the judge has gone about it, because PTI had requested Islamabad High Court that this case be transferred to any other judge in Islamabad rather than this chap who was perceived to be biased against Imran Khan. And despite that, this has happened. So there is no doubt that there is some amount of political vendetta involved in this case. But having said that, as far as this particular case is concerned, Toshakhana case, there is some merit because Imran Khan has erred as far as the law is concerned in selling these gifts through private channels, and which may not be in accordance with the law that of Pakistan, where Toshakhana gifts have to be deposited into the Toshakhana by any dignitary who receives.
Right. All right. Let me also take that point across quickly to Ataullah as well. अगर हम अभी बात करें कि जो face of opposition है, कौन रहेगा? आपके लिए अभी ये तो setback ही है.
देखिए, सबसे पहले मैं ये तोशाखाना के केस पे मेरिट पे बात करूं कि देखिए, इमरान खान साहब ने किसी प्राइवेट चैनल से नहीं, बल्कि इमरान खान साहब ने परसों कोर्ट को ये बताया था कि उसके जो मिलिट्री सेक्रेटरी थे उसको आप इस गवाह बुलाएं, और मैंने उन्हीं के जरिए ये जो तोशाखाना के तहाइफ है वो बेचे हैं, तो किसी और के जरिए नहीं. 2-3 लोग और भी बता दिए कि वो गवाह के तौर पर पेश हो सकते हैं. इस वक्त जो हमें हालात जो हम फेस कर रहे हैं, वो देखिए सबसे जो ज्यादा अलार्मिंग बात है वो ये है कि मुल्क की जो इकॉनमी है वो बहुत बदतरीन हालत में है, और उसको सिर्फ एक सूरत में हमारे लीडर ने जो बार बार कहा कि मुल्क जो स्टेबल हो सकता है वो फ्रेश एंड फ्री इलेक्शन से हो सकता है, और अपोजिशन जो है वो इलेक्शन से भाग रही है, क्योंकि इमरान खान साहब कोई इसमें डाउट नहीं, बहुत पॉपुलर लीडर है, हमारी पार्टी जो है वो टॉप की पार्टी है, वो इलेक्शन में नहीं जाना चाहते, और इलेक्शन में वो किस फेज में जाना चाहते हैं, वो इस सूरत में इलेक्शन में जाना चाहते हैं कि वो कहते हैं कि जी इमरान खान साहब को ना सिर्फ जेल में भेजा जाए, जो कि आज लोगों ने देख लिया कि किस तरह मेरिट की और इंसाफ की धज्जियां उड़ाई गई, और दूसरा ये कि पीटीआई, उनका डिमांड ये है कि पीटीआई मैदान में ही ना हो, क्योंकि हमारी पार्टी अगर इंशाल्लाह मैदान में होगी इंशाल्लाह, तो अपोजिशन को टफ टाइम मिलेगा, लोग हमारे साथ हैं. पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ जो है वो इस वक्त एक पॉपुलर जमात है, और अपोजिशन जो है वो बिल्कुल वो चाहती है कि पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ का नाम और निशान ना हो, तब जो इलेक्शन में हो जाए, जो कि मैं समझता हूं कि ना सिर्फ जमहूरी रिवायात के खिलाफ है, बल्कि एक आजाद मुल्क में, एक आजाद रियासत में जो खुद को जमहूरी कहता है, उसमें किसी पार्टी को बैन नहीं होना चाहिए, उसमें हर शख्स को यह हक होना चाहिए कि वो जो है खुद को पेश करे, बाकी फिर आवाम की मर्जी है कि वो उसको वोट करते हैं या नहीं करते.
जी. Let me take that across to Captain Bansal. Captain Bansal, of course, he's talking about how the Toshakhana case, and of course, like the points that you made, he was countering. But what we would like to understand in the larger aspect of things is how does this impact the political scenario in Pakistan? Because it has been unstable for quite some time now. We've also seen the economic crisis that the country is going through.
See, firstly, we need to understand that this political coalition which is ruling Pakistan is actually a hodgepodge coalition, which has got so many political parties which are internally opposed to one another, but they have come together only with a single point agenda of keeping Imran Khan out. Now, already we are seeing dissensions within it, because Prime Minister has said that the elections will be held based on new census. The PPP is opposed to it. because they feel they have a fairly strong position in Sindh, and they would want to be seen as democratic and not seen as somebody who's colluding with military to stall the elections. So there is a difference. You have MQM, which in this census has managed to inflate the number of people in Karachi. So they are insisting that new census only must be taken. So there are differences within the political grouping of the ruling alliance. Firstly, that is where the problem is. The second is, we all know that economically Pakistan is in dire straits. IMF has given them a 9-month standby agreement, after which they have received some funding from Saudi Arabia, UAE, and some rolling over of loans by China. But all these loans are being given to Pakistan to pay back the interest on previous loans. Its economic condition is pretty bad. If you see, large-scale manufacturing has dipped drastically. The trade has reduced drastically. The revenues have shrunk very badly. So economically, Pakistan is still in deep crisis. On top of that, what is happening is that consequently, this government, the present government, during its rule, the prices have risen phenomenally. You see, today the inflation is 30%. The fuel prices, the food prices have gone through the roof. A common man is suffering. And consequently, Imran Khan's narrative that this government has mismanaged the economy is selling as far as the common people are concerned. His narrative that this government is also driven by a foreign agenda has also been accepted by the common man. And consequently, Imran Khan continues to be immensely popular, especially in Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And this disenchantment with the government and the state is driving people either to opposition like to Mr. Imran Khan, or in some places they are being driven to terrorist organizations like Islamic State and Tehreek Taliban Pakistan. And we have already seen that in recent past, there have been terrorist attacks, not only by Tehreek Taliban Pakistan, but also by Islamic State or Daesh. So that shows that Pakistan finds itself in a dire strait at this point of time. And the government at present is not really keen to go for an election so that an elected government, which is representative of the people, comes up. Army, through their selected nominees, want to continue this state where non-elected people govern, because very soon you will have an interim prime minister, and if the elections are delayed, this interim prime minister who has no mandate, who has no popular support, will continue to govern indefinitely, as we have seen in the case of provinces of Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where interim chief ministers have continued to govern well beyond the constitutional mandate.
All right, Captain Bansal, we'll have to leave it at that, but I want to thank you as well as Advocate Ataullah for joining us on the show and, of course, sharing with us your perspective as far as the significant development is concerned.